Hi guys, welcome to this channel. I'm Adrian. I will be walking us through Lewisham. Please stay with me. On this walk, I'll be showing the train station, the bus station, Lewisham Market, Lewisham College. So please like, share and subscribe. Please share this with your friends. Our purpose is to help me to produce more videos and to go further to bring those videos, live videos that you will learn from, and it will help us, to model our lifestyle, whether or not we are intending to travel to these places. But seeing it from the comfort of our home, we will be able to learn something tangible that we want to model our life after. I'm in Lewisham. I'm walking through the market square. Lewisham is a county in London. It is obviously one of those counties that uses their town center as a market square. So where I am is Lewisham Town Center, but it is a full market square. A market square that is bustling with activities. Now, if you are looking for, let's say you are in London, or you are in the environment, being in Kent, in Essex, or anywhere far away, and you are looking for a market where you will get every single thing you need in a particular place, like a one-stop shop, you want to consider visiting Lewisham Market. Now, if you can see, there are items you can buy both on retail and on wholesale. There are all forms of items you need. Ranging from furnitures, precious ornaments like gold, as well as food items. So, as you stay with me, we will be looking at it, and we will get to be talking about it as we go on. So, also an interesting fact about being in London specific, is that transportation is easy. You can see the buses. These whole buses go into different locations. So you are to go from one town or from one location to another. You won't necessarily spend that much time in getting to where you're going. All you need do is knowing when your bus would arrive, and you hop into it. And also here, you don't necessarily need money to pay your fare. So they run almost a cashless society. So when you are entering a bus, there's always what we understand in other places like a POS machine, that you swipe your card on, and a debit is done on your card. That is a means of payment. And also it happens in the rail station, both in the DLR and the Elizabeth line. We'll be talking about that when we get to that area. So, as I said, Lewisham, the Lewisham market, you can get whatever it is that you need, especially for Afro-Caribbeans. What we consume is predominantly sold there. I mean, the Caribbeans as well as the Africans. When you visit the market, you almost feel like you are in your indigenous country, for those from Africa, Caribbeans. Also, the Asians, there are items, that comes from Asia also that you get here in this Lewisham market. It is obviously a one-stop shop, in getting things. And as I said, you can get things both on retail basis and on wholesale basis. And always made to know that this market is a daily market. There is no specific date that is fixed, for buying and selling. The only thing is, if you are visiting this market, you ensure to come in at 10, at 10 or 11. At that point, most traders would have settled in and displayed their goods. Or for those that have stores, the stores would have been opened and the traders will be ready to take in visitors that are coming for business. This is Adrian. I'm walking through Lewisham Market down to the environ. So if we look at the far right, almost on the floor, that is bags of onion that are displayed for sale. I'll be walking us through to the DLR. That is the train station. Now, Lewisham is known to have 2 train stations, or 3, as the case may be. There is the Southeastern train station, there is the DLR, and there is the Elizabeth line. The Elizabeth line, for those of us that are not in the United Kingdom, the Elizabeth line is a train station, however, but it is an underground train station. Unlike Southeastern and the DLR, you will see the trains, as we go along. I believe I was able to cover some of the trains. You will see the trains. But in the case of the Elizabeth line, the trains that run on Elizabeth lines, you don't see them because they are under the earth. They are underneath. They move underneath. So you could be at the top. Little do you know that under you is the part, the real part, that is managed and run by the Elizabeth line. So I will be walking to that area, and we will make the clarification clear. Also, the DLR itself is a train station that runs into London. Also, the difference is that between the DLR and the Southeastern, the DLR do not run, I think, out of London. The DLR run within London. If you want to catch a plane at the city airport, DLR runs. Those are part of the places DLR run through. You want to catch, a plane, and also from here, if you are going to the industrial zone in London, DLR have a stopping point there. However, the Elizabeth line too have stopping points in some of these areas. The DLR do not run to, they do not predominantly don't run outside or out of London. So trains that run out of London, one of them, as much as I know, is the Southeastern. So the DLR obviously run within London, as much as I have observed. Now the Elizabeth line itself runs, though it have stopping points, it stops at different points. If it's going, it's basically Elizabeth line goes to the airport. So, but it stops at different points. So if you are on the Elizabeth line and you are going to, let's say, Paddington or Whitechapel or Hammersmith or wherever, you can hop into it and you observe. When it gets to your point, you highlight. Yeah, it will stop. It has a stopping point there, but its role is going to the airport. So directly opposite us is Lewisham DLR, that's the train station, and just at this side is the Southeastern train station. Also, we have to know that most of these red buses that we see obviously run on electric. They are predominantly electric buses in nature. So if you are just joining me, this is Adrian. I'm walking through the streets of Lewisham. I have just left the town center where we looked at the open market at the town center, and I've passed through the bus station. Also, we passed through the DLR and Southeastern station. And also within is the Elizabeth line. Within the DLR, so to say. So this is the Lewisham College. And opposite the Lewisham College is the Ashmead Primary School. That is a primary school, but the gate is at the other side. The entry gate, so to say. If you are just joining me, this is Adrian. I'm walking through the streets of Lewisham. Before now, I have passed through the town center where we witnessed the market, then the bus station, also the train station where we have the Elizabeth line, DLR, and Southeastern. Not too long, we passed by Lewisham College, then the Ashmead School, primary school for pupils. So please like, share, and subscribe. Please drop a comment, ask a question, tell me how you think I can improve on my video production. If you feel that there is something to be added, please feel free. Tell me how and what I can add to the video that will give it the kind of glint that you are expecting. Thank you.